Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Driving Perilously, the show in which we turn on the radio and talk about what it is that we find. So these morning show hosts are talking about things to be grateful for. That's wonderful. I was having a particular problem with that at one time in my life, and I got was it a jar, container of some type, and I ripped off little pieces of paper and wrote things I was thankful for and just filled that jar up. And it really helped me not be such a curmudgeon when I wrote down things to be thankful for. Because theoretically, we all know that we have many things to be thankful for. But if we enumerate them and list them, point them out to ourselves, we're going to have a much different outlook on life than if we do not.
In the 60s. We also know, looking at internal documents from Republican institutions.
Oh, I want to listen to it, but I don't want to play too much in a row. I don't want a copyright strike.
Candidates, particularly because they believe that black candidates cannot win.
Oh, that's an interesting thing I'll point out or talk about. I mean, she said historically some people won't vote for black candidates because they don't believe black candidates can win. And, you can talk about that for your whole life if you want to study those issues. But if we just say, water it down, take out the race and just say people want to vote for someone who can win, well, that's interesting, because if you vote for someone who can win, you're guessing what you think everybody else is thinking. But if you vote who the best candidate is for you, and if everybody did that, would we get a different result? I guess we would. So we've got popularity, which of course changes, and it can be misconstrued. The most popular person in the room can feel alone and not know that everybody else is envying their life. But I do believe that people do want to be a part of a group. People do want to vote for a winner. They want to feel like their vote counts. But those things are counterintuitive, or they're contrasting. Because if that person's going to win anyway, why I got to vote for them? But we all want to feel like we contributed. We all want to feel like we belong. We need some individuality too. So, of course, it's a balance. I am taking part in the voting in my county to decide who's going to be on the ballot later. It's called a primary election. And the primary election Florida is closed, meaning that for the primary, not to decide who gets the office, but for the primary, each party votes for their own party. And then after that, after each party picks their people, then the public at large can vote for anybody. And there's controversy whether primaries should be closed or open. So far, nobody says that real elections should be closed, but lots of states believe that the primaries should be closed so that each party puts up the candidate that the party wants, not the candidate that the public wants. And then the public chooses from the candidates that each party wants to decide who's going hold that office. I would say sometimes it doesn't matter, and sometimes it does matter. You would get the same person anyway. I would say that popularity is always a big factor. But for the most part, people are voting for people that they like, that they also think will win. So it's a balance, it's a mixture. All right.
Black candidates. Somebody like Wesley
That's what they're
Clark from
talking
Texas,
about.
or
That's a beautiful note. Oh, that's a beautiful
Basically,
singer.
right, we were in the snow
No idea
capsule.
who
We
it
didn't
is.
know if we were on the left side of the slope or the right side of the mountain.
You
We
just know
knew
you're
we were
wrong.
up there in the snow in the toppy.
yeah, an address. Yes and no sometimes, and there. Radio o tu iHeartRadio app está sonando. Caibayo, mapal. Being that you're all over the place, or you just keep your local bank, hey. So speaking of
All right,
ages,
let's
yes,
find one or
you
more
have to have
subject,
an
one or
address.
two more subjects, and that'll be it for this edition of Driving Carelessly.
Accessories. Help change the world. Shop back to school styles from Plato's Closet.
Oh, that's interesting. Did she say help save the world or help change the world? Shop at our store. Okay.
Maybe it's just a rash. No, could it be an allergic reaction?
Ah.
You don't always know what's wrong.
You don't always know what's wrong. Okay, I'll talk about that. People got access to the internet. They think they have every disease that's ever existed. But I'll tell you a lesson. You find what you're looking for. So the best way to not be sick is to not think about it. All right, so this is the edition of Driving Perilously that you were warned about. The show in which we turn on the radio and talk about what it is that we find.
Let's jack up the energy prices. Here's the Jeff Montano plan. They fund and repeal all socialist programs, even if it means a government shutdown. Our future is too important.
Oh, that's interesting. I certainly find that comment appealing.
We'll shore up Social Security, return to fiscal sanity, and protect our nation and our citizens. Paid for by Jeff Montano from
Okay. All right, so right here at Broadway, you're gonna have to turn this off, and I wish you all a wonderful weekend, or whenever you're watching this.